Okay, welcome back. Today you join me for the Russian Grand Prix on the back of our first ever victory at Monza. It's a lot of pressure now because we have to try and keep the momentum up, which we're not going to do a lot of the time. But anyways, straight into qualifying, start lap 1. Our car's pretty decent at this track. It's somewhat of a street circuit, a bit like Baku with some of those turns, like the 90 degrees square turns. Anyways, going over the line for the first time to put it into P6, to then skip ahead to put the next lap in, and a little bit wide. That's a corner we've gone wide at quite a lot in this race, at this circuit in general, to be honest. But anyway, finishing lap 2. Again, going wide again, a little bit of bump, a little bit of skidding there. Right, let's go on to the race now.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. Well, it's certainly not the best weather out on the Sochi street circuit today. A track that boasts 18 corners, 12 to the right and 6 to the left. And it's a track that combines both fast corners and long straights, resulting in speeds of excess of 200 miles an hour. But with these conditions, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a safety car out there today. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Reed. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Pierre Gasly and Norris, Perez, Vettel, Tsunoda and Reed, Sainz, Giovinazzi, Lance Stroll and Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Aitken, Fernando Alonso. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Esteban Ocon. Russell, Mick Schumacher. They've taken a grid penalty. Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Alright, so due to engine penalties, we've been bumped up to P10. So we have a decent start. I didn't realise we're going to start on the inters. It is raining, but it opens up a lot of strategy. We're going to... because I think the rain's going to end. So they're going to go for a one-stopper onto another set of inters. But I reckon we're going to turn that set of inters into a set of mediums. We're going to see when we get in the race, dependent on how plausible that is, because you know it might not be a very smart thing to do, especially if like it seems like the rain's gonna go the whole race, and we'll just obviously stick on these inters and put a new set on. But we'll see what the AI do. We'll see how the rain goes. But anyways, without further ado, I think it's time to start this. So to 5 red lights. His lights out and away we go for the Russian Grand Prix. We get a pretty dodgy start there, skidding to our left. Sainz gets past on the left. We deploy RS, we have Giovinazzi on the inside, we actually tap him. That's not something that wants to be done there. I wouldn't really call anyone fault of that. It's, you know, lap 1. Over a dive down the inside, getting past Vettel, almost going into the back of Norris, but luckily we don't. Yellow flag behind us. Someone's probably spun. It's probably Mazepin. Anyways, we're going to skip ahead now to the next interesting thing. As Vettel goes down the dive, and we just switch back. Pretty nice switch back actually on that lap 5. Norris going slow, so we just get past him. Nothing too big. Everyone now, lap 13, is pitting for another set of inters. I've been on the phone with Jeff all the time. He's saying rain's clearing up in the next 5-10 minutes, so we're not going to pit. Because if we only have to go onto one pit, onto a set of mediums, even if it's like lap 19, 20, we're going to do it. Because look, we're P3 right now. P3. That's where we want to be. We have a really good chance with this race if we stay out now. Lap 15. Hamilton on the faster set of tyres. I just realised Perez went in. But Hamilton on the faster set of tyres is going to keep pushing against us. And it's going to get close, you know. Very possibly he's going to get past on the fresher set. But remember, there's no DRS. So if we can just get a good exit out of the corner, we can keep him behind us. It's sliding all over the place still, so it's definitely not time for mediums just yet. Not yet. Eventually, quite soon. Next couple of laps. Check with Jeff now. What's up?
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good.
Cool. Hamilton is still up our rear, you know. If DRS was enabled, we would be screwed. So as Hamilton goes down the left-hand side, gets a little good look in, and he goes for it. Oh, a little bit of contact. Going over one of those bumpy curves, the bad ones, the ones that send you bloody flying. Don't want to be doing that now.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Here's the new strategy. What's that?
Understood,
Medium.
copy that.
Oh shit, that's this lap. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Bloody hell. That was cutting it too fine. You know, that was risky. We definitely could have lost a front wing or got a puncture from that. So a puncture wouldn't be too bad now. We are going onto a set of mediums. We're going to be the first people to go onto a set of mediums, actually. Should come out about P7, P8. Is that a good stop? Yeah, it's somewhat.
Go now.
DRS is oh, wow. Nice. That was the perfect time. Look at that. Everyone behind Vettel and Tsunoda. They're all going in for these mediums now. Everyone ahead of us everyone behind us who took 2 stops. Or who took the stop onto that mediums. Oh, going wide. That's not good. Everyone who took that set of inters is going to be so far behind now. We have a shot at the podium here.
Have now enabled DRS.
Nice.
DRS is now online.
See, we don't have a great car, but we have a great strategy. And that's going to get us wins. That's going to win us championships. Setting a purple sector 2 now. First lap on these mediums. You can see how much the track's dried up. We're catching up to Norris, who's on the intermediate, sorry. Yeah, we're catching. He's definitely pitting. If he doesn't hit this lap, I swear. Oh, a little bit slidey there. The sector 3 seems to stay wet for quite a while after sector 2 and 1 dry. Yeah, there we are. Norris into the pits. Leclerc into the pits. Verstappen in the pits. Gasly. Everyone in the pits. Bottas went in the pits. Perez hasn't. We're P2. P3, sorry. But Perez has to pit. And as long as he doesn't get like another 8 seconds on us in this lap, we're going to be P2. And we're going to be on the podium. Well, we're on the podium now, but like, you know. There we are. Sector 1 set fastest. Look at how dry the track is. There's still a bit of raindrop. So the track's still going to be a little bit slippery. I'm going over the curb there. But all in all, green sector 2. I'm assuming probably like Bottas set a sector 2 purple, sorry. Going over those bumpy curbs again, that's not something you want to be doing. Underbody damage, tyre wear, possible wing damage, it's not stuff you want. But as we round off these final corners of this lap to see if we can set a fastest time, we go sector 3 green, setting the fastest lap.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
And Perez has pitted. Safety car. Someone must have slid or some shit. Oh damn. Alright. Safety car's in. We could have shot for first, but we have Schumacher, who's in P21, who is unfortunately going to get in our way. But look at how the conditions have changed over a couple of laps.
Okay, the incident
a bit
has
wide
been
there.
cleared.
We're
Let's
right
get back
past
up to racing
Mick.
speed.
Doesn't hold up us. Hold us up. Sorry. Doesn't hold us up or anything. But yeah, Bottas is out of the picture right now. Because there's no DRS because the safety car just ended. There won't be any DRS for the rest of the race. We just have to keep Verstappen behind and we can get P2. That's the only thing with the safety car that's late in, when you don't have a good car, is, you know, we're going to have Verstappen right on our tail until the end of the race, unfortunately. But anyways, we're going to skip now to the end of the final lap. as we
We have
round
a
off
gap of around 4
the last
seconds
5
between you and the
corners.
next car.
The dodgy, I don't like this place. I always go wide or hit a wall, or especially this turn here. This turn I do that every single time. Every single time. The second 2 green sectors, you know. Not doing too bad, but to the checkered flag now. We are in P2 as we round off the last corner, sticking it in P2. Valtteri Bottas is your race winner, but we are in P2.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through. Thank you.
Cheers, Jeff. Appreciate that one for once. Some useful information. Thanks a bunch.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Reed. They pushed and pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was just a pleasure to watch.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Valtteri Bottas then increasing his lead on his teammate Lewis Hamilton, but more importantly than any of that, we got a P2 finish off of the back of a win. That is what you love to see, and you know what? That was complete luck with that strategy. Well, no, you know what? We planned it, but yeah, it's a good race. I'll take it. I'll see you next time.